Gonna give you guys a quick little video. It's a Watts automatic wash machine valve. It's got a little flood sensor that sits on the floor of the laundry room, you know, behind the equipment. And the one they got in there is about 15, 20 years old. And it's an electronic solenoid valve. So if it senses water, it kills power to the wash machine. Instead of turning on, kind of weird, but you think it would just close the valves, right? No, it kills power to the wash machine because the wash machine plugs into it. Anyway, I was gonna just swap out the head, but I ended up replacing the whole thing. Yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think. And don't forget thumbs up. And let's got plenty of hats. Got 20 of them went out this past weekend. You want any hats or official Pipe Doctor shirts? Details in the description box down below. And as always, you want a free sticker? Email me, Mike at mikeypipes.com. All right, let's go. All right, it's me, Mikey Pipes. Got myself in a little bit of a pickle here. Watts Intelliflow wash machine valve. Pain in the ass. Allow me to explain. This is an automatic solenoid valve. It has a sensor that plugs in there, sits on the floor, right? And this gets power from an outlet, and the wash machine plugs into here. If it senses water, kills power to the wash machine by closing the two valves here. I guess in theory it's good. It's good stuff. It's also got built-in Wi-Fi. Unlike the previous model, this one here, which died. We let hot water through, so it was a pain. I originally was not going to open up the wall. I was originally just replace the valve itself by disconnecting these two brass unions, right? But when I took it apart, I saw that the washers, you know, seen better days. So I opened up the wall. I'm actually going to cut in a couple half-inch sweat ball valves here. Yes, I said sweat. I am sweating. I am schwitzing. Why? Because these two stub connections that appear to have male threads on them don't take a female adapter. And you can only stick in or slip half-inch copper in there. So if I figured if I got a sweat, schwitz, I might as well get a rag ready. I don't always solder, but when I do, I use Sterling. All right, and someone stole my sparking. So I'm gonna use the pick. I'm gonna quickly throw in some valves right here. Oh, too much. I got the little tip-on turbo tip. I heat that up, that valve on the opposite side. There we go. Nice. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Come on, baby. Send me the love. There we go. Gotta start to flow. Good. Hit that back up a little bit more. Up. A little smarter. Look at that. Those tits right there. Just use a damp rag to clean off that flux. Alright. When soldering, I usually leave them a little cracked open. Alright, I use a little bit. I mean, cracked a little bit closed. That works for me. That's what I was shown when I first started learning the trades. Alright, so she's pretty cool. Good. Alright, now I'm going to prepare that. Let's see if I straighten you out. I'm going to cut 2 pieces of pipe, clean, and solder. I cut a little piece. I deburred it. So I'll clean this up. Already got the pipe cleaned. And again, I just took a quick rough measurement. Let me see how far. She's a little hot. Alright, so that should be alright. There's a little bit of play there. Let me get some flux on it. Getting the flux. See? I'll get some flux in there. Flux you. Alright, now let's get you in there like that. There we go. Piece of cake. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, before I measure the other one, I'm just going to solder this one in. Again, I'm trying to keep the flame away from the sheetrock. I'm heating up the valve. Nope, you don't heat up the pipe. You heat up the valve. And keeping the flame there. There we go. Move it away. Perfect. All right, it looks nice. All right, let me get the top. Gotta be easy with on the top. I don't want the heat to transfer and melt the plastic. I'll try to do it quick. And I guess I could get the wet rag too. Get the back half. Yeah, get it snotty there. They're immune. My fingers are immune to this crap. Alright, I like to just take a little flux before I hit it with the rag. Alright, like that. Now I got the wet rag. Pull off that fitting. Alright. Look at that. Alright, so halfway done with soldering. I'm going to prepare the other pipe and solder that.
Figured I'll spare you this and just do a little voiceover on this time lapse.
Alright. Everything's isolated. Leak free. I'm going to leave them off until I hook up the hoses. I got my hot side. One thing I don't like about this thing is it's plastic, you know? Why'd have plastic there? Such an expensive valve. And that plastic? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Let me get my Nipix and put a little extra on that. Okay. Let's get the cold water. And your hose. There you are. Okay. Yep. Yeah, like Mikey Pipes, no drop cloth. You're right, my bad. It's also behind the machine. God forbid I were to crack it, I would fix it, but it's still behind the wash machine sits on top of it. All right, let me get my Nipix. We're gonna tighten up this a little bit as well. A little extra on it like that. Now, my wash machine plugs into here, and this gets power. But first, I gotta put the sensor. I gotta clean up the floor. All right, the sensor just sits on the floor like that. And there's some notes here, do not discard. I guess you could scan the QR code for Wi-Fi. Some instructions. Plug that in. Okay. Now, I'm gonna take the washing machine, and that goes in there. Let's open up the valves. Okay. So apparently it's powered. Let me just take the drain hose and stick you in there. Like that. Good. And try to run this thing through a cycle. Cleaned up the floor as best I could there. The problem was no cold water. So let's turn this thing on. Let's do a rinse and spin, cold, and we'll see. All right, we got cold water. It's a good thing. Yep. All right, we got cold water. Let's do a, let's stop this. And now let's turn it back on. Let's check for hot water. Do a little rinse and spin. This stupid thing. Oh, it's still on this, huh? Small load. Let's see what it does. It's load sensing. Detergent amount. You know, these high efficiency machines, such a pain in the ass. The pipe is hot, it's cold. Hose too. Okay, she's good. She's real good. Hope you enjoyed that quick little video. Yes, Mikey Pipes knows how to solder, even with no sippy cup today. Can you believe it? The second time in less than a week, he didn't call, he didn't write, he didn't send flowers. Of course, no text or like Snapchat or anything, you know, that's what these kids do. They snap all day long, but nothing. Absolutely no communication from Sippy Cup at all. And like I said last week, you know, I gave him another opportunity to do right and be a man and don't be a youth. You know, don't be a kid, an immature kid. But he had his opportunity, gave him a second chance. He neglected to show up. Just not right. You know, really sad. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. The Watts Intelliflow automatic washing machine shutoff valve. Personally, you know, I don't like the plastic body. I would prefer that to be like a nice brass, solid brass connection there. But it's not. At the end of the day, you know, I still prefer the single lever washing machine valve, you know, to turn on and off the water. But that's just me. I personally wouldn't put that in my own house. But
They had one there for insurance purposes. I offered to put in a regular manual valve in there, and they're like, no, let's put it back in. I was like, all right, no problem. So hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. That's the best way to support this channel, by subscribing, commenting, thumbs up. Thank you very much. Be well, stay safe. God bless. See you on the next one.